covers most of it, huh? Back here a little further. Sick. Wish the ground was a little more level right here. That's a little better, huh? A little better of a spot. What up, one? I see one in there. I don't know who the one is. If you hit that like button for a fella, I'm getting ready to start this grass. Are you a subscriber? Non-subscriber? Doug. It's loading right now. Alright, we'll watch it after we cut some grass. We'll watch it today. I usually watch your videos when they pop up. What? Little town crier right there. Yo. Had to put a shirt long sleeve on to cut the grass. It's a little cool out here. But we're gonna start this here in a second. With the bandana, getting ready to cut some grass. Got the safety glasses too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a sweater. When I cut grass, I put my bandana on. It helps a little bit until that gets full. I don't know. I bet I'm gonna sweat today, but part of the grass. When I got my bandana on, you know I'm about to do some work. I don't like having a sweaty hat. Smoke the grass, now we're cutting it. That's right, that's what we're getting ready to do. I caught the end of your live earlier. Literally only caught like 3 minutes to the end of your live before I figured out what was. Didn't even get a chance to figure out what it looked like he was making it home or something. He was going somewhere. But anyways, we're gonna put this camera on. We're gonna cut this section here first. I always cut this section first, and then I cut this section, and then I cut this section, and then I do kind of this front part, and that bleeds into this over here. So looks like a pretty good angle. I think it should be good and steady. I got power bank on there holding it down. We'll lower it down just a couple more inches just for a little extra stability. Make sure the wind gusts don't. I think we'll be good. Man at work hard, hell yeah. My mom said something about butt crack one day. It says, she acted like real disgusted. I says, yeah, the reason that disgusts you is because you're not used to seeing a real man working. Truth be told, it actually kind of offends me a little bit when people act disgusted about plumber crack, especially when a man's busy doing something, you know what I mean? Anybody else ever feel like that? Kind of, I feel offended when people act like, oh, it's disgusting. You see your butt crack and you bent over hard at work. How offensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fucking human body, you know, nature. Go get the hard hat. Oh, sick. I got one. I'll go. Let's go get it. I'll put it on. We'll go get the hard hat. I ain't scared. Might as well make a show out of it, right? I got a vest, but it's kind of small. Be uncomfortable. I need to put out some yellow caution tape. Start cutting the fucking grass. Yeah, my son used to work. I don't. Hopefully it'll fit. My son used to work for Michigan Department of Transportation. Did I put it on the right way? That tag goes on the back, right? I don't remember. This feels right. Yeah, because the knob's on the back, duh. Knob's not supposed to be on the front. I'm a dummy. That's right. We got it on right. I'll show you the vest I got. It's a little small, like I said. The old piss pot. Oh, it's hot in there. I need a better vise. Look at this fucking pussy ass vise. That thing's junk. The only thing that makes that good is the Diablo blade on it. That's the only good thing in here. And that. My fishing poles. Got so much junk in here. Bucket full of axe heads and all sorts of junk. You like it? Look at that old table with the set. Oh, let me zoom out a little bit. Seats are a little beat up. That's what we used to use as the table at the old house, the little house, before we moved over here. Yeah, we got the chairs for it. Chairs are, you know, beat up, but the table's still good. In real great shape. Refrigerator doesn't work. I pulled this out of the scrap. Pulled that out of the scrap. Dartboard. This was an old sign we found up in the drop ceiling at the old at the little house. That was up there in the insulation and shit. That old sign. Kept that. Got a nice big sturdy workbench. Garage door needs to be, the springs need to be redone on it, and I can open the door again. This shit needs to be done better too. That's not done. The dude that did it, I mean, look, who the fuck does that? And I'm not a carpenter, but I feel like I could do something with it, make it better, more stable. Old toboggan, that was my grandpa's. Got a big old fucking brand new roll of carpet that was supposed to be carpeted for the fucking stairs, but obviously with my hernia, I'm not fucking slinging a big fucking thing of carpet around. Boat motor. Fishing poles. Nice fishing pole. That one's a nice one. The big one. The other ones are, you know, they're nice, but my son made that thing that the fishing poles are in. It's like a tackle station, kind of like. More boat motor. Wood stove, junk, needs to go. Another table back there. I try to keep all my tools and usable shit over here, you know what I mean? I got plenty of tools for the most part. Pretty much everything. Got enough. Got enough to work on my truck. A little bit of everything in here. Yeah, I need a good reset, man. That's what I need. You know how it is when you fucking, you know what I mean? And I'm only one person. I need somebody to make the hard decisions. You know how it is. Good reset would be nice though. Get that garage door open, have half of it so I can at least pull the truck in there for the winter, and then the other half for hanging out. And I got my big old fucking workstation with that big old long fucking workbench. You know what I mean? Get some better lighting in there, some heat. Motherfucker, move in there, turn it into a fucking house. Try to do that. Turn it into a house and hook that generator up to it for when the power goes out. That needs to be done. Let's get to work, boys. Men, gentlemen, fellas, homies. that on a cracker, dude. Yeah, he's a good boy, Bentley. He's over there chilling. spot here and in the shade. Meow, meow, meow. Your boat. Row, row, row your boats. know who's here, but you're probably wondering why I'm wiggling her all around over there like that. But I can't see. Oh, you can see. So you can't just like plow over it, because you could lose a blade or crack your lower unit, lose all the oil, and then you need a brand new lawnmower. Or I've had that happen before. And then this little spot right here, you get these little purpley flower thingies. So, you know, we let them do their thing. Or I do. And then when they're done doing their thing, I just mow it off. Another big one. Yeah, but the roots right here on this big old beast. Need some more topsoil. Need some more topsoil. And I don't know who's sending me messages, but if that's you, Wizard, I'm live, bro, and I'm cutting grass. Not a good time to be sending messages, man. Kind of interrupts my live stream when I'm out of here. You know what I mean? What section do I want to do now? Oh, I think I'll do this down here maybe, and then I'll work my way up. Actually, I want to get even with the house, and then I'll start working that way. That's what I want to do. Trying to find a new spot with shade. Shade and enough distance away that I get to see everything good enough. That that'll work for now. There it is, looking better though. Tulip, what up? Now the yard's got a little bit of a slope right here that runs to the ditch over there. I'm gonna mow that front slope and then I'll work up this way. And I think this will be a pretty decent spot. You should be able to see everything I'm doing from right here. Dang, nobody here. Wearing this hat for nothing. Got me out here wearing this hat for nothing. You mother truckers. After doing some research, noticed my lawnmower wasn't sounding quite right. And it was just sounding, I don't know, sounding weak, full. And I started hearing something sound like some flapping. I was like, what the fuck is that? Is there something tangled up? I look under there. I'm pretty sure I cleaned it before I put it away last year. I only mowed that little bit, but it motherfucker needs to be, as bad as it looks, it's almost safe to say that I didn't clean it, but man, these motherfuckers keep eating my asparagus. What the fuck? Oh, maybe not. They just got the one. So we're gonna come over in here and actually we'll go and find somewhere to clean this off. Clean this out where I can put it. Back over in this area would be alright. Yeah, down here would be suitable. If you're going to clean the bottom of your lawnmower and you've been running it, make sure you got gloves, and you should have gloves anyways if you're going to do this. Unplug your ignition, your spark plug, that way when you turn your blade you don't have to worry about it creating a spark and taking off on you and cutting your fingers off or some shit. Highly recommended. Yeah, I feel like some of this has got to be left over from last year because I didn't cut very much grass. But it's not. It's pretty moist. It did rain, so I should have looked before I started cutting. bunch of junk. Nobody. Nobody. Sick. Ollie, doing all right. Cutting grass, clean my lawnmower. Had to take a second to clean my lawnmower. Doubt you're still here. I'm probably talking to myself. Doesn't really look like anybody's hanging out. It would have probably just been for that moment. Spot. This section is the only section I got left now. Tulip or Doug. It's Tulip or Doug. Tulip or Doug. So I think I'm going to work from far and work towards the cameras, kind of. So I can get around that. wizard, Doug. Yeah, I knew Doug was the one marking. Now we got that section done. We do this little strip between this side of that. There's some black flies over here in this area. So many little sticks through there. This freaking tree. And that's what consists, well, not really. I guess there's one more section over here. Got one more section over here to do. We'll go over there. It's the section that runs along the ditch over here. That's kind of that's what I consider up to this tree up here is what I consider kind of like the front half. And there's the middle half and then the back half. Yep. I'm gonna set your turkeys up over here. Point it this way. Watch me walk back and forth a few times. Let's take a moment for a small break. Union break. I gotta have that union break. Well, I tell you, this horizontal, it don't get shit for views, does it? I could set a camera up just like this. Something like this. But anyways, we're gonna take a smoke break, water break. Smoke break and a water break. What up, dope? Turn on the adaptive brightness, I think, here so I can see better. There we go. Now I can see better. Osgood. Osgood is here. I'm gonna start a new one, vertical, doing long ways. I'm switching it back around. This just isn't cutting it. I'd like to get some more people come in, hopefully get some different subscribers. So we're gonna do. I'm gonna end this and flip it around.